Canada does not support Russia's return to G7, which was proposed by U.S. President Trump over the weekend, because Moscow continues to flout international law, PM Trudeau said on Monday.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ottawa, Canada does not support Russia's return to the Group of Seven, proposed by U.S. President Donald Trump over the weekend, because Moscow continues to flout international law, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said on Monday. Russia was excluded from the G7 after it invaded Crimea a number of years ago, and its continued disrespect and flaunting of international rules and norms is why it remains outside of the G7, and it will continue to remain out, Trudeau said during his daily news conference. Trump said on Saturday he would postpone a Group of Seven summit he had hoped to hold next month until at least September and expand the list of invitees to include Australia, Russia, South Korea and India. On Saturday Trump said the G7, which groups the world's most advanced economies, was a very outdated group of countries in its current format. Trump spoke to Putin on Monday and informed him about his plans to hold an expanded G7 meeting later this year, the Kremlin said on Monday. Russia was expelled from what was then the G8 in 2014 when Trump's predecessor, Barack Obama, was U.S. president, after Moscow annexed the Crimea region from Ukraine. Russia still holds the territory, and various G7 governments have rebuffed previous calls from Trump to readmit Moscow.
This post received a score of 65,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The country is in flames, people are dying of a plague, and tens of millions are out of work, but there is always time for Trump to fawn over his Russian master.
Yeah, I thought this was a proposal from a while ago, but with everything that happened in the US over this weekend, Trump cared about fucking Russia? He seriously needs to take Putin's cock out of his mouth and take a good look at this country.
He gotta pay for new round of election meddling somehow.
We'll pay for it, we'll definitely pay.
We're paying for it right now.
In infinite installments of just $29.99.
Always there will be the intoxication of power, constantly increasing and constantly growing subtler. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling on an enemy who is helpless. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face, forever.
We don't have to imagine.
Life often imitates art.
Are they out of Crimea yet? No? Okay. No reason to even consider them for re-entry into the G7.
Ukraine's new president has been pushing hard for peace with Russia too, but Russia-dependent forces in southeast Ukraine are still shelling government positions every day. There's zero reason for the rest of the world to normalize relations with the Russian administration. Nothing has changed since 2014.
Damn. 2014. Those 6 years went by fast.
I just realized MH370 was 6 years ago. Holy fucking shit, that entire year was a shit show.
You say, in 2020.
True on that. Hindsight is 2014. Poignant.
When you look back in time to the moment of your choice with the present outcome as the representative result, it is easy to make predictions on what should have been done. Jesumd Ganderstein.
Not always a fan of Trudeau, but this is an easy call and he performed well. Strong message without overreaching given our stature, it's a fine balance. Edit, change with to without. I hope everyone understood my intention despite typo. Apologies for bait and switch, sorry Reddit is hard.
Agreed. Russia is a mob-run state. Until they clean up the mess they should be left sanctioned and on the sidelines. Also, as a Canadian I am not a big fan of Russia trying to make claim to the North Pole. They are constantly pushing the boundary with military exercises up there.
Greater than Russia is a mob-run state. Until they clean up the mess they should be left sanctioned and on the sidelines. Sanctions aside, they don't belong in the G7 anyway, their economy doesn't meet the standards. Edit, the standard isn't just GDP. I encourage you to look up the G7 membership requirements and further look into the list of IMF advanced economies.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.